Hey everybody, how's it going out there in the old YouTube land? Today, well, I guess today I want to talk about depression to start with, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's not the right subject to start this video on, but I have been struggling with depression today. It's something I have had a worse time with in the past, but today it's kind of got me down. I think I know what the trigger is, and I'm not going to go into that today, but this is a time when a lot of people get depressed. I've seen it a lot. I know everyone else has too. And there's a lot of reasons for it. And I mean, I could probably do a whole video on, reasons why people are depressed this time of year. But, I can only speak for me on this. But anyway, like I said, I only speak from my perspective on this. I've not studied it, or, I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or therapist, or anything else. Although I have been to a therapist, and it was helpful. It helped me to learn some coping skills so that it's not as bad. But anyway, here's my perspective. It's real, and it can be debilitating. I mean, it can put you in a spot and that you just don't see any hope, any way out. And some people, it leads to the end of their lives. And I don't want to be depressing, but for me, and I never was to that point. I never got to that point. And I don't know. I like to think I was a long ways from being to that point. But, and like I said, I learned, I got help, and I learned ways to recognize when it's coming on. Weather is a trigger for me sometimes. Cold, wet, dreary weather sometimes will throw me into a small depression, I guess you would say. And that usually, sunshine is pretty good about bringing me out of that. It's something I've mentioned in other videos. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I can listen to podcasts at work and get my job done. So it helps the time go by. So I listened to Joe Rogan, who is surprisingly intelligent and well informed. Language sometimes might get a little salty for some folks, and I've been listening to Joel Salatin, the Beyond Labels podcast, a lot, and I've spoke about that on other videos. But there have been experts on both shows that talk about the importance of getting sunlight daily, and it makes a difference. Just for me today, like I said, this morning was really rough as far as being depressed. I had to go to the doctor. Of course, I wasn't worried about the doctor's appointment. It was just a follow-up. It's over my blood pressure, and I'd been monitoring my blood pressure 2, 3, 4, 5 dozen times a day. I don't know, just whenever I felt like it, I'd check it. And it was great. no other recommendations for me. All of my blood work that they had done also was good. No problems as usual on a lot of that stuff. The doctor seemed a little depressed. She's not as bad as some of them. Some of them really seem like they're depressed when I get good reports. I mean, I'm over 50, I'm overweight. You know, I should be halfway dead by now, but I don't think I'm there. Anyway, depression. Like I said, today, this morning, and sleep has effect on my depression too. The last couple of nights I've not been sleeping well, and that doesn't help anything. But anyway, and then I had to go mess with the license office in the Missouri Department of Transportation, and that irritated me. Did not help me, you know, and talking things out sometimes helps me. And that wasn't helping today. It was just making it worse. I'm that guy you see driving along the street or down the road, whatever. It looks like he's talking to himself. And I am. And that helps me to process things, to verbally express it. Well, that didn't help me today. Just the bureaucracy with the DOT and license office, and just it was all I could do to get out the door without throwing a big fit. But anyway, so I'm already down, you know, and it's not the usual just, I'm kind of bummed today. It was pretty close to being a big depression, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, so I went home and I sat down in my chair, pulled my hat down over my eyes, and I went to sleep. Just, you know, that's the only thing I can think about doing is going back to sleep. That's, you know, so that's what I did. Well, I woke up and, you know, of course I was groggy for a while, and because I slept in a chair, my feet on a footstool, my legs were hurting, and, you know, it took me a while, but I did feel a little better. And then when I walked out to work, I don't know, you can't see, but the sun was shining, and it still surprises me the impression that a little sunshine can make on your attitude. And I can feel myself feeling better just walking from the house to the truck, and from the house to the car, transfer some stuff into the truck, and, you know, get in the truck, and, you know, this drive, the sun's shining in on me, and it feels good, and I can feel my mindset change, feel that depression lift, you know, feel that weight lifting off of me, and it makes a difference. And the reason I'm talking to y'all about this isn't because I need pity. I don't need any pity. Pity makes it worse for me. You know, if somebody's feeling sorry, I don't need it. I'm more likely to, you know, need somebody to say, hey, just cut out the pity party and get on with what you got to do. That's me. Not everybody's the same, but and you know, this time of year, we've got the weather change. You know, most parts of the United States, weather's changing, going from warm to colder, and you know, it affects people. You know, and I know this. I've seen it firsthand, and the older I get, the more it affects me. But anyway, the holidays are coming. For a lot of people, this is the first Thanksgiving without a loved one. And that's rough. Been there, done that. The first holiday season, Christmas, Thanksgiving to Christmas, the New Year, that's all rough time of year for people. I never understood that until, it's been over 10 years since I discovered that fact. I never understood it before. And without calling anyone out, someone close to me has a problem, and they have gotten better, but this is always a bad time of the year for them. And I'm going to leave that right there, because like I said, I don't want to call anybody out or anything like that, but just try to be patient with people this year. And remember what Thursday is all about. It's not all about the food, and it's less about getting together with family, although that is important, but it's to be thankful. To be thankful that we survived another year. That's what the first Thanksgiving was the people that survived. You know, they made it another year. They'd harvested their crops. They'd made working friendships, I guess you would call. And they took time to be thankful for what they had and for just being alive. Sometimes you just got to be thankful that you're still alive. And I know that if you're struggling with depression, that right there may have hit a sore spot with you. But please stop. Think about it. You know, just find something to be thankful for. In my alone time, sometimes when I first go to bed, I'll just pray to God, tell Him, thank you. I'm thankful for what I have. You know, and sometimes I'll just be driving if I'm on just this trip here that we're on right now from home, you know, this 10-mile drive. I'll take that opportunity to talk out loud to God. Now, before you go thinking, you know, I don't hear God talk back to me in words. I see things that remind me, you know, the miracle of new life, the beauty of sunshine. You know, like I said, today not so much, but sometimes we'll have a day like this morning that was dreary and cold and just uncomfortable and just puts you in a bad mood, and then later in the day the sun comes out and you see that there's hope. It's funny how sunshine is associated with hope. So, you know, and I'm thankful for the rain we just got. It rained for about a day and a half here. And I'm thankful for that rain, because we needed it bad, and we still need more. But a few sunny days to dry us up a little bit is all right. Let that water soak in. Then we could use some more. But anyway, that's one of the things I've learned to do to help myself, to pick myself up. You know, when I see that depression starting, when I see that, hey, your mind's going to a bad place for you, then I know what to do for it. You know, the sunshine helps. Get out in the sunshine a little bit. Doing something, you know, it's something that you enjoy doing. I mean, and there's probably hundreds of other things that can help you, but these are the things that help me. You know, you've got to find a way. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I hope you never do. But if you see someone that, you know, there's a change, you can tell it. Their attitude changes about everything, just about. They don't want to do anything. You know, try something to make them happy. I mean, you know, if it's somebody you know well, I'm sure you know something that might put a smile on their face. And while you may not eliminate the depression completely for them, give them a couple minutes, just, you know, and that helps. Anyway, that's my opinions. Well, it's not all opinion. It's what works for me. And it might work for you or someone else. I don't know. But hopefully it helps somebody. I've been struggling with topics for these videos. I know y'all get tired of seeing me run my mouth. But this one, I kind of felt compelled that I needed to talk about. So hopefully this helps somebody. Hopefully somebody was needing to hear these things. I'm not an expert at anything. Nothing at all. I'm an expert at being me. And that means I make a lot of mistakes, and, you know, it's just me. But anyway, like I said, hopefully I helped you. That's my only intent with this video. Well, I would, in all honesty, you know, in full transparency, as they say, I would like to get some views and some thumbs up and, you know, move that algorithm a little bit. But anyway, I'm just going to assume that somebody needed to hear this, and I did them a favor today. And that's good enough. So, let's look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. And let's not forget to pray.